shooting in my backyard. Killed a small boy once, never told no one. If it wasn't for my shotgun, he'd be alive and I'll be halfway to heaven. Instead of sitting in the dark, going through hell, you should have been here. Wish you had been here. Headed to the massacre. Bodies arriving every day. What were those shells you heard? Picking the bones up along the way. Let it ring out. Let it ring out. Let it ring out. Let it ring out. Shotgun to the back of my heart. I don't turn around to see who let one ring out. Lately I've been questioning, am I all that I pretend to be? I doubt it. I doubt it. Lately I've been questioning, am I all that I pretend to be? I doubt it. I doubt it.
I got some shit for you to come and get. I'm at the same Regis up on Briar Oaks. Hit me when you're done your shift. Woo! I see you doing well, baby. Oh, you pulling shit together, I can tell, baby. Is you single or what? I need a girl from the country. I need a girl from Kentucky. I need a shawty from Houston. I need a girl who gon' love me. I need a girl who gon' trust me. Someone to fuck me. Someone to make me feel lucky. Someone that's so proud to be with me. She walk right up to her ex, look him dead in the face and say, you ain't got the juice like that. You ain't got the juice like that. That's cold, ice cold, girl. You ain't had to do him like that. Why you had to do him like that? Gotta come through quick, 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 quick. Oh, you at the club cashing out with Eric, damn, hit me when you done your shift. I know a girl I should propose to, but we just on some different shit. She on some up at 9 a.m. already cooking in the kitchen shit. And lately we been fighting on some why you love the stripping shit. Yeah, she working with the spatula. I know she love flipping shit. Oh, on me. I don't deserve it. She's just a little too perfect. She's just a little too worth it.
Welcome, everyone.
I don't deserve her at all. No, not
Thank
at
you
all.
so much
I
for
only text her,
joining.
man. I never call. I'm still a canine at heart. I'm a dog.
I want you to take these first few minutes just to get yourself together, get yourself settled. Grab something to drink, grab your journals, grab a blanket, move for a bit. I see some students in here. Hey, y'all. And please keep your camera and your mic off. You do not need to be on camera or on mic. I see some students in here. Hi, Diana. Hi, April. Hi, you all. Go ahead and start moving. You know exactly what to do when you come into this space. So wonderful to have you all here. If you're just now getting into the room, I want you to go ahead and take a few minutes just to get settled. Drop your name and your pronouns in the comments. Go ahead and grab something for yourself to be comfortable. You will need a little bit of space to move, but not a lot. So if you've got your blanket or your yoga mat, you'll be just fine. I'm really excited to be here with you all today and to have this conversation. Hi, Mani. Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Em. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, April, Yumi, Isabel, Diana. If you haven't introduced yourself yet in the chat, please go ahead and do so. Enjoy the music for a second.
Bitch so bad, could've thought I owed her something by the way I broke her off. When she get too on, we take it off. Drank so long for a year, I didn't cough. Fantasizing the fist and switching the positions. Do you mind if we just menage just a little? Yeah. Whole city trip right now. Whole city trip right now. Whole city trip right now.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Nisi. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Jenna. So wonderful to have you all here. Hi, Faja. One more minute to get yourself settled.
I want that pussy in the rain.
Hey.
I'ma make sure lil' mama feel it. Every eyeball that look at me, she wanna kill it. We make love and it had it like healing. I
Breathe.
don't wanna buy your love, I wanna build it. Build that bitch up from the ground, never won't turn that bitch down. Yeah, you know that this dick ain't no clown, you know that this make you make sounds. Yeah, I fuck that bitch good, I don't tease her. Nigga, that why she not leaving. And you know that I
Breathe.
fuck on that kush, no Khalifa. And I do it
Grab
for my
those
people.
last few things you need. Grab those last few things that you need. We're gonna have some fun today. And even better, if you got some headphones or something for yourself, go ahead and put those on so we can have a private conversation today. Give yourself a little privacy for this conversation we're gonna have today. I want you to be able to explore without inhibition. And ooh, thank you all so much for being here. I am super excited. There's 20 of y'all here. That is so cool. I'm so excited. Welcome, 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 everyone. Oh, look, we got a couple more folks rolling in. I'm gonna leave the room open for maybe like another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna lock it down so that we don't have to, so that we're not letting people in just at the last minute. But I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. I know that y'all have probably seen some of the communications that have gone out in the last week, talking about our 6 week series around body confidence and better sex. And so I just wanted to find different ways to be able to share more with you all about this experience and to be able to give you kind of a lens into what it's like to not only work with myself, but to also work with our teaching team here at the Messy Movement Lab. So over the last several months, our studio, our digital studio has expanded a great deal. And we have brought on several new teachers that are just really phenomenal and really have a grasp on this work that we're doing. And so I'm excited for you all to be able to have more accountability sessions, more opportunities to dive into the work, more lens to consider this experience, and just more, more people to hold the space for you to really come back into the experience of your sensuality, of your body, of your pleasure, of your sexuality in a way that feels empowering and enlivening and enriching for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhale. And one more time, take a deep breath in and exhale. So, we're here for our conversation on how to awaken your confidence in bed and in life. This is about a 90-minute training. We will have some breaks in here, so don't worry if you're like, how am I going to get? Oh my God. There's a number of seals. Oh my God, they're so loud. Oh my God, you all, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what is this sound that's happening there? There's like 5 seals outside of our window. Oh my God. Okay, that was a nice treat. My apologies, everyone. But we're here for this 90-minute training. There will be breaks, so don't worry if you are like wondering, how you're gonna make it through this. I know that, sometimes information like this can be a bit daunting, but I want you to know that you have the autonomy to be able to stop when you need to stop. I want you to be able to take care of yourself when you feel like you need to tap out, whether that means you just need to turn the mute button off or excuse yourself for a few minutes. Please take the time to do that. There's no need to rush. You can always come back to this recording after the class has completed. So, who am I and why am I doing this work? So, my name is Rashida Kambe Miller. You can call me Rashi. My pronouns are she and temptress. I love to be called temptress, so please catch me off guard. But I started doing this work in excuse me, I started doing this work in 2000, about 2008-ish. Really, I've been moving and dancing pretty much all of my life, and so the healing power of movement has just been ingrained into me for years. But I've specifically started this practice around reclaiming our experience of the body and reclaiming our experience of our sexuality. Um, um, in this space around 2008. And so it started essentially with a study abroad that I did to Salvador de Bahia, Brazil. And I just had such a renewed experience around the way I felt in my body, how I felt like I could show up, like what I felt like I was able to, how I felt like I was able to be in this space. I'd spent a lot of time growing up feeling like, my body was too much. I didn't get a chance to sexualize my body before everybody else did. I was stacked, from a young age. Like, I was just super muscular. And unfortunately, I had experiences with, men taking, what they saw as something, attractive and perverting it because obviously I was a child. But I've had this experience of being sexualized and having, there be so much fear around my body and so much fear around like, the way in which I was showing up. And, this, I'm sure that many of you all can resonate with this idea of like people telling you that you're going to bring harm to yourself. But there was not really much that I could do. I was a growing girl, obviously. And I, we know that we don't attract harm to ourselves. We are not responsible for carrying the weight and the burden of people's actions. We are not responsible for carrying the weight of other people's behaviors. And so, really unlearning that messaging that something about my natural sensuality, something about the way I've naturally lived and showed up in my body, even just as a young girl. I that opportunity to define what my sensuality was going to mean was, taken away from me, and was having to be fit into this box of like what everybody else would consider to be appropriate, etc. So if y'all resonate with that, I would love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. Please comment in the chat box. Tell me, like, what was your experience like around your body and your sensuality growing up, and did that impact you as an adult? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Yes, definitely was sexualized from a young age, been big, thick, been stacked. Yes, everyone said so before I ever did. Yes, yes, pretty similar. It has taken me years to feel inside my body rather than floating outside of it. Yes, yes. Put on a diet at age 5, always too big, right? And so I want you all to think about these messages that, yes, I'm very tall, didn't feel beautiful for decades. And Janae, and that's just like, wild to me. I think about the day that I saw you on the cover of that mindfulness magazine, literally in the store. We were 2,000 miles away from each other, but I was just like, oh my God, this is the image that I've always needed to see. Like, walking through the grocery store. So that is just, like I want you all to think about how these stories and these narratives that we've been fed over time. And, it's not just like somebody said something once, it's the ways in which people have said it repeatedly, very blatantly. It's the way in which people have responded to our bodies, the way in which people have reacted to our bodies. And all of those experiences create either hard soil or soft soil. And what I mean by that is when we think about this idea of creating a garden for ourselves, a garden for the way in which we're going to experience our sensuality. And this is something we'll talk more about in the 6-week series. But when you think about this idea of creating a garden for yourself, I want you to consider whether or not, please mute your mics if your mic is not muted. Thank you so much. If we're thinking about this idea of creating a garden for ourselves, we have to understand that the stories that we understand about ourselves, the beliefs that we have, all of those pieces really make up whether or not we have a garden that is ready to receive or have seeds planted into it or not. If the ground is hard and fallow and brittle, nothing can grow there. So if we're thinking about this idea of like, wanting to have very pleasurable experiences, wanting to have orgasmic experiences, wanting to feel enriched and just fully embodied in the way we feel in ourselves, is the ground that we have available for that work, is it ready to actually receive those seeds of, feeling strong, feeling courageous, feeling like you have a voice, feeling like you can ask for what you want? Like, is the ground actually ready for that? So what we're going to do over the course of this class is really take a look at what's in your garden and what's coming up for you that is perhaps a hindrance to you being able to feel the sense of connection and aliveness and confidence that you desire to feel in your body and in the bedroom. So I want you all to go ahead and grab your notebooks. So our goals for today's session: one, to bring clarity to what's happening in the body, to define what you desire for yourself, to identify the key challenges that are holding you back, and to make a decision about how you will change your life going forward today. And I want you to just take a look at this list, and I want you to kind of just scan which one do you feel like you're going to really find resistance with. I want you to see if maybe you're right, because we'll come back to this at the end of the session. Just which one of these four things do you feel like you'll have the most trouble with? Mm. Yes, please feel free to share it in the comments. Yes. 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 Let's get a couple more. What else? Who else? Which one do you think that you're going to have the most trouble with? Yes. Wonderful. You all are already off to somebody say all of them. Yes. You all are already off to such a great start, because how do you get the most out of this 90 minutes? The first thing is you have to be willing to be honest with yourself. So I tell everybody, listen, I am a horrible student. Okay. Like, horrible. I got an attitude. I don't want to learn nothing. Like, I think I know everything. Like, I'm a horrible student. But at the end of the day, I am going to do the steps that are requested of me. But I have to own that I have a lot of resistance when I come into learning spaces. And I can give you all the backstory and all the reasons that I think that that's true, and, what this is about, and, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, the thing that I really just need to, acknowledge for myself whenever I'm going into a new experience is that I know that I can be a bit of a difficult student. I can be a bit rebellious in that space. And so if I know that about myself, I can curate my learning experience to fit my needs, as opposed to feeling like I have to kind of shape shift to the way in which the experience wants me to behave or perform, etc., in order to have some sense of success. The most important thing that you need to remember about the Messy Movement Lab is that we're always going to ask you to come back to you being your own best teacher, you being your own personal guru, you being your own spiritual guide. We're not here to be something for you that you are not. We are here to simply create steps, to create strategy, and to hold the space for you to transform the thing that you want to transform in your life right now. So I want you to observe versus critique what's happening for you in your body as we're moving through these experiences. So what does that mean? Instead of saying, oh, my body feels tight, oh, I'm so stiff, oh, I'm so this, oh, I'm so that, oh, I can't do that, I want you to say, oh, I'm having some tension in my back. That's interesting. Oh, yes. When we do this particular exercise, I feel myself get in my head a bit. It doesn't mean anything. I don't want you all to attach any meanings to it at this point in time. I just want you to notice. Yes. I want you to listen when your body says no. When your body says, I don't like that. Nope, we're not doing that. No, I'm not ready for that today. I want you to listen to that. The success in this space is not built around how hard you can push yourself. The success in this space is built around how easily and how quickly you can listen to yourself and to respond to your body's needs. I want you to be fully present in this time with your body. Yeah, so that means turn off your phone, turn your notifications off for a second, close the door. If you need to take a minute to let everybody in the house know that you need this time for yourself and do not interrupt you unless it is a life threatening emergency, go ahead and do that. But I really want you to find a way to give yourself this moment and this opportunity. So, why are you here? I want to know what you came to learn today, or what you expect to feel when you finish this class. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Connection with self. Body confidence. Grounding. Gain more confidence. Yes. Honestly, I just know I'm going to walk away from this feeling good, and I need some feel good right now because I'm tired. I know that's right. Want to feel empowered to take my embodied sensual self into the world. Yes. Yes. Now I want y'all to, so we're gonna talk about a little currency thing real quick. Just I want in the sense of like if we were at the store and you were buying this thing that you're talking about in the comments here, I want you to tell me what department is that in? Is that in like the general section or is that in the luxury section? And what do you think, like what's the price point that you're paying right there? Let's put some money in our currency bank, right? So every time, so I want you to give it a number. Give it a number. So every time you take an action to heal this thing or to conquer this thing or to learn more about this thing or to do more about this thing, how much money gets put into the currency bank or how much money are you spending at the store? Like what's the spend? What's the give? I want you to just put a number to it. Yeah, go ahead and drop that number in the comments. Let's see what how much money we're putting in our current our little currency bank, our wealth bank. Yeah, yes. Come on, it's a luxury. Yes. Yes. Come on, y'all. Private shopping experience with concierge. Ooh, yes. You mean like in effort? I don't understand. Yes. I want you to just think about it in like the terms of if you were to put a like if you were to you could say in an effort, that's a good way to put it. So like every time you put effort into tackling that particular thing, like how much money do you add to your currency bank? How much money do you add to your wealth bank every time you just think about this thing, you read about it, you research, you talk about it with your friends. You can just dream. You can be totally the numbers can be totally ridiculous, you all. They don't have to make logical sense. Let me see some more numbers here. Ooh, a quarter mil. Okay, I love that. I like the way you think, Sarah. Yes, yes, 100,000. That was tough. At least 20K. I mean, at least. Ow, 10 million. That's my buyout. I love that, Leslie. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I want you all to think about this idea of like every time you invest in this piece of yourself, you're adding to that wealth bank. You're adding to that currency bank. And we're not and we you can think about if you're someone who is very comfortable with the idea of wealth, I want you to think about I want you to think about it in terms of money. But if you aren't comfortable with talking about money, or maybe that brings up some resistance or some obstacles for you, I want you to think about it in terms of just energy and capacity, right? Like the more that you pour into this, it adds more to the currency bank, and therefore you have more capacity. Right? I want you to think about it in that way. Janae says, definitely millionaire status. Yes. Every time we invest and pour into this aspect of ourselves and into our whole selves, we add more currency to that bank. We add more energy to that bank, and we can do more. We have more fuel. We have more radiance. We feel more juicy. We have more skills and more resources to be able to move, as opposed to when we're not pouring into it and that bank starts to go into the negative. And that's what I want us to take a look at right now. So the power of intention. We come into our practice because we have goals that we desire to make manifest. Giving your practice an intention for the day is like your personal prayer. So what's your prayer today? How do you want to experience your body? How do you want to experience pleasure? How are you asking for guidance around the life you desire? And most importantly, when the guidance arrives, are you willing to listen? Now, just a note about goals. Your goals can be super tangible, like, I want to start my own business and I want to have the confidence to put myself out there, or I want to be able to like have sex with the lights on and it not be a thing and we have a great time. Or it can also be something super like more in a theory base or belief base, like I just want to stop, shooting on myself all day long. Like I want to be able to decide that I'm going to do something and just do it. Like I want to just feel a sense of clarity about my decision making. So when you're thinking about the goals or your intention for your practice, know that they can be super tangible and you're focusing on the skills or the tools that you need to be able to bring that thing forward, or you're focusing more like on belief work or mindset work, etc. So I want you all to think about these couple questions just for a minute, and I want you to decide, what is that prayer for you today? Like, how do you want to experience your body? How do you want to experience pleasure? How are you asking for the guidance that you desire to have in your life? And most importantly, when that guidance arrives, are you willing to listen? Take a minute. I want you to grab some water or grab something to drink. We're going to take a brief pause here before we shift into our next exercise. I'm going to turn on a little bit of music, and I want you to just have an opportunity to just take a quick pause and step away from the conversation. So let's take half a song. And feel free to let me know how y'all feeling in the comments. I can play that. Do you play the tuba? I can play that. Do you play the trombone? I can play that. Do you play the trumpet? Nah, brass tracks. But if we talking harpsichord, I play that too. Cause everything, I do everything. Yeah, please feel free to let me know how you're feeling in the comments. It's the playlist for me. Yes. So as you're taking this minute, go ahead and just give yourself an opportunity to breathe. We don't have to rush. We have all the time in the world. Yes.
Yeah. Listen. 6th grade, met a girl, got curved, kinda hurt, but I learned she loved that sex. Back mom, and I learned, got good, real good, first chair, and I got her back. Self-taught radio every day to the day that girl stopped loving me. So I say, why you stop? She said, Jimmy Fox, funny man, and I played those keys. So I played those keys, snuck in the church and I slayed those keys. Kicked out class cause they hate on me. Never let a man put a grade on me. I just want her heart. I don't care about that grade or thing. I just need that girl near me. So I learn and I learn. I swear I'm the best ever. I swear I'm a legend. I'ma get whatever I want cause I say that.
Hey. Y'all know this my song. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. All righty. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are amazing. I see y'all. I see the wheels churning. I see your comments here. Yeah, Faja is saying that a sense of sisterhood. Yes, a sense of community. I'm so glad to have you all here in the space. So I want you to go ahead and stand up for me, or you can stay seated in a chair, but just make sure you have some space around you. And so, this next exercise, we're really going to focus on allowing ourselves an opportunity to let the body talk as opposed to trying to lead with, what we, can come up with like cognitively, like, how we can verbally talk through something, we can kind of process things in this rote way. But now we want to let the body have the conversation with us. And so, again, I want to remind you all to allow yourself the opportunity to pause, step away, mute, do what you need to do to protect your own spirit, to protect your body, to protect yourself. If something that's coming up doesn't resonate with you, like I always say, take the meat and spit out the bones. And you can always feel free to challenge the space in, a genuine, respectful way. And, you can just bring the things that are coming up for you into the space. I say that if you have a teacher that doesn't let you challenge them, you don't have a teacher, you have a dictator. And so, if this is truly a space for learning and a space for growing and expanding, there has to be space for your questions and for your resistance. And I love when you all have resistance to the work. I love when you have contrast to the experience that we're talking about. And because you know what that means? It means that you're alive. It means that you're not just yesing everything. You're not just accepting it. You're not just taking it as word. Y'all are smart and powerful and brilliant, and you have survived so much life prior to this conversation. This is simply about refining the tools and the skills that you have. Again, not giving you something or replacing something that you don't already have within yourself. So, as we move into this moving meditation, I want you to really think about that and really consider that as as you're moving about. Some of it may feel good, some of it may not, and that's okay. Push yourself when you feel like your mind is just saying like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this because it's uncomfortable or I feel silly. And then know the difference between that space versus when your mind is like, no, this feels disruptive. And that's a big key. We don't want it to feel disruptive, but we do understand that discomfort comes with the process of growth and transformation. And again, this practice is something that you will get to know over the course of a year. Like, I want you to keep coming back and keep pouring into this space, not just looking at this as some sort of quick fix or, you know, quick, like, things are going to change. Let me just go take this one workshop and now I'm good. We want you to come back so that you can continue to build your practice and continue to strengthen the tools that you have in your toolbox. And that only happens if you allow yourself just to let this just be the start of the conversation, the beginning of the journey, the beginning of your process. Yes. So we're going to start with our first moving meditation, and our focus is on reconnecting. So I have a song that I'm going to play for you all. And this is your choreography. The words the verbs that you see here on the screen. This is your choreography. We move in life naturally every day. No one has to tell you how to get up and walk to the store. No one has to tell you how to go to the bathroom. No one has to tell you how to brush your teeth. No one has to tell you how to go look for something or how to jump on something, right? Like you naturally know how to do those things. So when you're thinking about the movement, I don't want you to think about trying to make it stylized and giving me Bob Fosse, okay? I want you to just think about naturally How would my body do this particular movement? Yes. And I just want you to let yourself play with the music, make it fun, dance around a bit, let the vibe hit you, and try to keep coming back to these words. I'm going to guide you throughout the meditation, and I'll also give you some space to move with the music without my voice. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. Let your hands rest by your side or let them rest on your lap. And I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale. And one more time, deep breath in and exhale. And again, deep breath in and exhale. Our first verb is to search. Now, I want you to get an idea of what that looks like in your mind. And then I want you to just start moving around the space. Just start moving to search. To search. What does that look like for you? What does it look like when you're looking for something? Put that motion in your body. What does it feel like when you're looking for something? Maybe it's subtle. And keep looking. I want you to find it in your hips. What happens when you find that thing in your hips? What happens when you find that thing in your breast? What happens when you find that thing on the floor? Use my movements, my guidance to guide your movements. What does it look like when you find it in your hips again? And what does it look like when you are finding it on the floor again? Now I want you to shift the energy of your gaze to a hunt. What does it look like when you're hunting for something? When you know you want something and you've tracked it down, now you just got to go get it. How do you move when you're hunting? How does your body move when you're looking for something with intention? Not the intention of losing, but the intention to actually conquer. Breathe. Let the movements be fun for you. What does that prowess look like? What does that tiger look like in you? Like, what does that feel like? How does your spine move when you're hunting? How do your eyes move around the space when you're hunting? And now I want you to pounce. What does to pounce look like for you? To pounce. Once you found the thing that you've been searching for and you just jump on top of it, there's no waiting, there's no hesitation, you grab at it. What does it look like to pounce? Put that pounce energy in your hip. And let the music guide you into putting that energy in your hip. And breathe. Breathe. And inhale in. And slowly start to bring the body to a sway. You come back to that thing. You got it. It's right on you. There's no hesitation here. It's already yours. You searched for the thing. You hunted for it. And you pounced on it immediately. Feel that energy moving through your body. Slowly find your way down to the ground or down to your seated position and grab your notebook. For this first reflection, I want you to purge. Just whatever is coming up for you, just write it all down in your journal. What did you experience in your body after moving? What thoughts are coming up for you? And how do you feel in your body right now? I want you to take a few minutes. I'm going to give you a song um, to do this reflection to. Slowly find your way back to standing. We're going to move into our next meditation. I want you to take your hands, and that's your prop for this meditation. Your choreography is to ravage, to lust, to linger with your hands on your body. This exercise may be uncomfortable and may be disruptive. If it feels disruptive, I want you to just pause and use the entire time to journal about what does it mean for your own connection to your body with your hands to feel disruptive right now. Take the song, use the music, and move in a space in a way that feels delicious for you.
Like I'm looking through, you're skipping through the preview.
How can you
Holding my
use your
attention.
hands to
I
ravage
wanna
yourself?
hold you, bring your body close to me. I just wanna taste it. Touching on the
How can you
feeling
use your
right before
hands
the
to
weekend.
lust
Testing
for
on my
yourself?
patience. Throw me in a deep end, see if I can swim in you. All
Where
night,
can your hands
try to
linger?
paint a picture of you in my mind. But you're a color that don't exist. What are
Breathe.
you? I hear sounds you make with my lips. What are you? I'm getting so close to coming to my senses. Coming to my senses. Coming to my senses. Coming to my senses.
What does
My
ravage feel
imagination turn into
when it's running
existence
through your
only in an
hair?
instant. A beautiful creation. You are something different.
How can
Now
you
I go to
touch yourself in a way
distance.
that says, I lust
Tonight,
for myself.
try to paint a picture
I
of
lust for
you
my own
in
touch.
my
I
mind.
lust
But
for my own
you're
body.
a color that don't exist. What are you? I hear sounds you make with my
Breathe.
lips. What are you? I'm getting so close to coming to my senses. Coming to my senses. Coming to my senses. Coming
Now, how
to my
can your hands
senses.
linger,
I feel it
whether it's
taking
on your
over, can't
stomach
control it no
or over your chest
more. The
or
energy
on
is
your ass
pulling me. Come on
or on
closer.
your
I
head,
try to paint a
running through
picture
your
of you
hair?
in my mind. Oh, yeah, I try.
Soak up the
You're a
last
color that
minute
don't
of this song.
exist. What are you? I hear sounds you make with my
Breathe
lips. What
into it.
are you? I'm getting so
Breathe,
close to
breathe,
coming to my
breathe.
senses.
How
Coming to
would
my
you want your lover
senses.
to
Coming
touch
to my
you?
senses. You're
So
a
how would
color
you
that
communicate that same value
don't exist. What are
with
you?
your own
I hear
hands?
sounds you make with my lips. What are you? I'm getting so close to coming to my senses. Coming
Beautiful.
to my
Can you imagine longing for yourself so much that you just have to ravage yourself? You lust for yourself so much that you enjoy spending time in your own company. I want you to take a deep breath in, and we're going to start with our next reflection. Grab your journals. After that movement, I want you to write down, how are you longing to feel in your body? What does it mean to feel confident and sensually alive in your body? What does your sex life look like without having to burden the weight of shame and guilt? What's the wildest thing you've ever craved but stopped yourself from experiencing because you couldn't get your mind around the mind trash that came up? Take this next song.
Yeah, yeah. Jack Knight in Dakota House. All we wanna do is make you bounce. Monifa, could you turn me out? Show me what your thing is all about. Jack Knight in Dakota House. All we wanna do is make you bounce. Monifa, could you turn me out? Show me what your thing is all about.
Talk about a sex icon. Oh my God. Beautiful. Find your way to standing for our final meditation. I want you to think about the things that you shared in your journal reflection. And I want you to think about the obstacles that started to kind of come up for you as you started to dream and play in this space of openness. And as you're listening to the next song, your choreography is to crumble, to dread, and to surrender. Now, what's important here is I want you to really focus on repetition here. I want you to really focus on trying to repeat the same moves back to back, to crumble, to dread, to surrender. And I want you to do them with such an intensity that you start to get tired. You start to wear yourself out a bit. Like it doesn't have to be fast, but it just needs to be intense. What does that look like? For you to intensely crumble, for you to intensely dread, for you to intensely surrender. What does that look like? What could that movement look like? There's no right or wrong answer, just exploration. Enjoy this next song.
Black flies on the windowsill. That we are, that we are, that we are to know. Winter stole summer's thrill, and the river's cracked and cold. See, the sky is no man's land, a darkened plume to stay. Hope it needs a humble hand, not a fox found in your place.
I want you to move like you can feel the weight
But can't you see,
of the shame
maybe
and the guilt
you
that you've been
were
carrying.
the ocean when I was just a stone.
I want you to move like you can see yourself running from that story that you don't want to live out anymore.
Black flies on the windowsill. That we are, that we
And then I want
are,
you to
that
move
we
with
are.
the energy of surrender.
Comfort came against my will.
What happens to your body when
Every
you
story
surrender?
must grow old. Still I'll be a traveler. A gypsy's reins to face, but the road is weary.
Breathe.
With that fool found in your place.
And slowly find your way to your journals. And we're going to keep going with this same song. I want you to take a few seconds, take the last half of this song to come back to a purge again. So what's the biggest obstacle that comes to mind when you put yourself in this place to dream and vision your pleasure? What will